Welcome to the 22 Nebraska National Legion Class B Junior State Tournament Championship game between Plattsmouth and Lincoln Christian right here on Saunders County Online YouTube and Eastern Nebraska Sports Network. Call of game is with Joe and Mike Klein. I'm Kelly Johnson. Thank you guys for a great tournament we've been able to bring to everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly. We do welcome you inside Sam Crawford Field here, downtown Wahoo, Nebraska. The title on the line between Lincoln Christian and Plattsmouth. We're going to waste no time. We're going to get right into this one. We're going to take you through the Midtown and Weston Amoco BP starting lineups. First, we'll start with the home team on the scoreboard, Lincoln Christian Brester Construction. They're going to start with Luke Reiling out in right field, Andrew Clough, center fielder. He will be your pitcher tonight. Catching will be Jake Watson, batting third. Cleanup will be the first baseman, number 15, Logan Schultz. Batting fifth will be the third baseman, number 14, Max Emanuel. Out in left field, number 12, Brock Weta. He'll bat sixth. Batting seventh will be the second baseman, number 13, CJ Cuciti. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, number 7, Charlie Winky. And rounding out the lineup will be the center fielder, number 2, Sam Svoboda. So once again, that'll be Reiling in right, Clough in center, Watson behind the plate, Schultz at first, Emanuel at third, Weta out in left, Cuciti at second, Winky at short, and Sam Swoboda out in center. Mike, take us through this Lincoln Christian lineup. We didn't see them put out a very good turnout the last time they played Plattsmouth. What's going to be the key to changing their fortunes?
Well, I think it's simple, and that is, of course, no Gabe Viamonte, so that helps their case. On the flip side, I think really, to be brutally honest with you, you're going to have to be patient tonight. Be sure you are swinging at hittable pitches. I do not know who the plate umpire is, but if it's anybody but Matt Hagee, you're not going to have as tight of a strike zone tonight. So do be expecting whoever to most likely paint the corners here in this one.
All right, and here's Plattsmouth's lineup. They're going to start with the catcher, number 22, Henry Lunger. In the 2-hole, center fielder, number 12, Ethan Walker. 3-hole, shortstop, number 24, Gage Olson. Cleanup will be the second baseman, number 17, Gabe Viamonte. Batting fifth when pitching will be number 8, Eli Horner. Batting sixth, first baseman, number 14, Dylan Eby. Batting seventh will be the third baseman, Parker Onbaugh, number 29. Batting eighth will be number 27, the left fielder, Lewis Ingram. And rounding out the lineup in right field, number 34, Tyler Dembowski. So again, Lunger catching, Walker out in center field, Olson at shortstop, Viamonte at second, Horner on the mound, Eby will be at first, Onbaugh down at third, Ingram out in left, and Tyler Dembowski in center field. Mike, this Plattsmouth lineup went through a heck of a game last game around, and it looked like 1 through 9 they were seeing the ball very well off of Wayne early in the game. What's going to be the key for the Plattsmouth lineup tonight?
Seeing the ball well against Andrew Clough again tonight. 1 through 9 is going to have to see it well. Obviously, swing and foul it off if you think it's going to be called, but you obviously cannot be fooled by that high fastball, low curveball. You can't be fooled by either of them against Clough.
All right, so we're going to take a brief commercial break as Plattsmouth's going to forego their in and out infield practice. We'll bring you back on the other side of a commercial break here to Sam Crawford Field in association with Saunders County Online. This is the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan & Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan & Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is a sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo. Welcome to the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament Championship game between Plattsmouth and Lincoln Christian on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online YouTube.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back inside Sam Crawford Field. We're going to take you around the field tonight. Similar analysis to what we've seen the rest of the tournament here, Mike. 310 down the line, 325 to the right center power alley, 335 to dead central, 325 left power alley, and 309 down the left field line. Very thick infield grass, going to play like a carpet. Brutal lips. We've seen it throughout the tournament. In fact, Mr. Dylan Eby with a tailor-made ground play ball or double play ground ball, and it hopped up and it ended up being an error and a base. So, Mike, take us through what's the field going to play like as we approach the end of the tournament.
Well, it's abundantly clear one thing is going to be damp with the late night. It's going to take longer for the watered down infield, the moist infield to dry out with the very little wind and low sunlight. So it's going to play much more like a major league field. Other than that, though, I still think it's going to play very, very rough. The grain has been realigned to go from towards home plate all the way around, so everybody running against the grain. This will not be an easy night on the outfield or the infield, for that matter.
All right, we'll take a brief look at the umpires. Jimmy Moats behind the plate tonight. Field umpires will be Kevin Marr, Robbie Thielen, and Eric McMurray. So Kevin Marr, the crew chief, out in the field, and believing that Jimmy Moats should get the state title game. Michael, what do you think of the pick?
I love it. Jimmy Moats is a huge fan of that outside corner, so be very, very, very prepared that both of our pitchers are going to be painting this outside corner. Moats has called games in which both teams, he has been behind the plate for it, so be expecting that we will see the painted outside corner, and be prepared that if it's taken, it is getting called. But I absolutely love Jimmy Moats as an umpire, and tip of that to Kevin Marr for giving Jimmy Moats a fourth plate appearance. You can't have a tight strike zone and you can't have an inconsistent strike zone, and you don't have either of those with Jimmy Moats.
All right, we'll take a brief look at weather conditions. The current air temperature in Wahoo, Nebraska, 84 degrees. Humidity feeling a little bit warmer, feels like at 87. Wind out of the west-southwest, but completely quiet right now. You can see flags not moving. Wind at 0, and there hasn't been any precipitation in the past 24 hours. So Crawford, as moist as it's going to get, as it is right now. So we're going through starting lineups, and we'll take a minute here to discuss. Think about the environment that we're feeling right here. Mike, how does this crowd, this energy translate to a team in the field?
This is going to be a huge factor. The crowd's been rowdy all 5 days, and tip of the hat to umpires for letting them support their teams. It's not like they've been out of control by any means. They've let them do their chants and whatever. It's really felt a lot more than a Junior Legion State Baseball Championship. So tip of the hat to Kevin Marr for letting that happen, for there being a great environment. And it's not like they're directly impacting the outcome of the game, but you can tell when one crowd gets one way, you can feel that momentum goes right to the dugout, and that goes right out onto the field, regardless of if the team's on offense or defense.
All right, so there's our pregame show. We thank Hassler Sullivan Klein, our sponsor, for that, and our sponsor, Midtown and Weston Amoco BP, for the starting lineups. We're going to step aside here on Saunders County Online Eastern Nebraska Sports Network. We'll bring you back right about first pitch for the state championship game. Don't go anywhere, folks.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan & Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is a sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo. Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online.
Hannah Simons sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last flame, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner
Everybody remain standing until the colors are retired off the field. Thank you. How about a nice round of applause?
Welcome to the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament Championship game, the final game, the 15th game of the tournament. It is Plattsmouth versus Lincoln Christian. We've seen this matchup before. And how do you think we're going to be able to see? What are we going to see out of this one on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online YouTube?
Thank you, Kelly. We do indeed welcome you back to Sam Crawford Field and an electric atmosphere in this one as we play for a state title. Win or go home. To the victors go the spoils in this one. Simple one game for the title. Both teams with one loss. So the winner of this is going to be crowned a state champion. And we're going to play baseball here under the lights, 8:45 p.m. currently, as we get set to take off in this one. We'll take you around the horn quickly for the Lincoln Christian Brester Construction defense. Out in right field will be Luke Reiling, center fielder Sam Swoboda, left fielder Brock Weta, at third base Max Emanuel, the shortstop Charlie Winky, at second base CJ Cucidi, at first base Logan Schultz, behind the plate Jake Watson, and on the hill today Andrew Clow, the right-hander. Mike, take us through. We've seen this Lincoln Christian Brester Construction defense a few times. What's going to be their key, both pitching and in the field, to shutting down a dominant Plattsmouth offense?
Well, we said it with our plate umpire, Jimmy Moats, loving that outside corner. I think the big key tonight for Clow is going to be pitching to that outside corner. If you throw it there, if it is remotely close, if you can get a bat to it, it is getting called. So maybe throw it there, see if you can either get a swing and miss or even get him to take it thinking it's outside and have Jimmy Moats give you the call. And then defensively, I think the thing is it's quite simple, and it's get off to a better start than you did last night against Plattsmouth.
All right. Now, do you think from this Plattsmouth offense, they haven't played small ball to this point, but do you think we see a shift to small ball, or do you think we still play, as you can put it, big boy baseball? The humidity becoming a factor late in this one, no wind down in the valley. So what do we see, some big boy baseball, or do we see Tim Winters shift to a little more small ball, a few more bunts, hitting runs, and walks?
What is our current humidity, by the way?
I'll take
I
a
want to ask
brief
before.
candor. Our humidity in terms of percentage is 60%.
Okay, so it is up. Yeah, you almost wonder, but Tim Winters has had his foot on the gas pedal, really, to be brutally honest, from the start of this tournament. But you especially saw them put their foot on the gas pedal after that loss to Sutton on Sunday. Put their foot on the gas pedal in Monday's game against Norris in yesterday's semifinal. And I don't think there's any question that he will at least attempt to continue it. I think we maybe see them try for some more ground balls through the holes of the infield, perhaps so. But I don't think we see a ton of bunts or anything of that nature.
All right, so getting the festivities started will be the catcher number 22, Henry Lunger. He will start against the right-hander from Brester Construction. And Lunger taking, and Jimmy Moats wasting no time. There it is on the outside corner for strike one. Lunger will face the right-hander Andrew Clow. Clow out in front, working exclusively from the stretch, a recurring theme we've seen for this Brester Construction pitching staff. Lunger swinging at this one, ground ball to Cucidi. He throws across to Schultz in time and very quickly. Already one out, so a good job to settle the nerves there for Clow and collect the first out. As announced by Tom Klein, our PA, first pitch at 8:48, 81-degree air temperature, first pitch.
Yeah, and if that, for that matter, this almost no wind down here in the valley right now.
Here's a pitch to Ethan Walker. He swings, sends a line drive, shallow left center field. This one's going to fall on in there. So Ethan Walker, a base poke to start the game.
There you go, Joe. That is what we're going to see from Tim Winter's squad.
And Walker, with that discomfort we've seen bother him the past few days of this tournament, looks like a little right quad discomfort. He comes up a little bit limp on the play. And we'll see if that'll affect perhaps the running game. So now we bring up the power-hitting shortstop, Gage Olson. He'll get his first crack at Clow as he drops the curveball over the outside corner for strike one.
Yeah, and that was more over the heart of the plate. I mean, yeah, it was kind of towards that outside corner, but for Jimmy Moats' though, that's almost over the heart of the plate. So an excellent pitch there.
Clow sets it about belly button high. He delivers, and Olson rips through another curveball. Clow really getting the better of him with it here. Count shifts to 0-2.
And you cannot be fooled by that curveball that starts high. You got to sit on it and wait for it.
Still 0-2. Set at the belt. Clow out of the slide step, and a foul ball as Olson went around. Must have got just near the handle of the bat. So still 0-2.
Yeah, and this is the heart of the Plattsmouth lineup here. So if Clow can get through this, consider it a major victory for the Crusaders.
Still 0-2. Clow delivers. The curveball that time starts a little too high. Doesn't cross in time, so now the count shifts to 1-2.
Yep, and a good job by Olson to lay off of that. That's Clow's specialty right there, the high heat, high curve, and low curve. Watch for it.
1-2. Fastball just off the outside corner, so ruled by Jimmy Moats, home plate umpire. Moats will be at home plate. Crew chief Kevin Marr down at first base. It would appear Robbie Thielen out at second and Eric McMurray down at third.
You nailed it, Joe.
2-2. Olson sends this one back and out of play. And we'll see a small herd of children scamper after that one for an ice cream sandwich.
And the big thing here, Christian was sitting around for a good solid 90 minutes waiting for this game to get underway. So did they lose some energy sitting around waiting for this preceding game to end? And if they lost energy, that's going to be huge because Olson and Viamonte and really even the 5 and 6 of Plattsmouth, they'll make you pay too, but definitely Olson and Viamonte for sure.
2-2. This curveball flared down the right field line. It's going to sit foul down in the corner, down by the large vehicle entrance at right field, about 20 feet past the pole. So count still even at 2-2. Olson doing a good job to stay alive. Clow not backing down. He kicks and delivers the 2-2. Olson goes after the high fastball and pops this one up. Winky underneath this one, and he will indeed put it away for the second out. So P6 the put out there for Olson, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter and second baseman, Gabe Viamonte.
Yep, and that is just the start you're looking for. A big retirement now. Now, got to go after Viamonte here. You really don't want to issue a free pass with Horner on deck. This middle of Plattsmouth's lineup really made Wayne pay in game one.
And perhaps more importantly, we've seen Walker parked at first. Perhaps Tim Winters not wanting to be that aggressive early in this game. Jake Watson, the catcher for Brewster Construction, we have seen the arm. It is impressive. Has been impressive so far in the tournament. Viamonte swings and lines this one into center field. That one's going to fall in there. Walker will shut it down at second base. So a two-out base poke on the first pitch by Viamonte, wasting no time, liking what he's seeing, and that will indeed bring up Eli Horner.
We saw it in the first game that we just saw. Gage Olson gave Viamonte, even after the home run, just know it takes short swings with the short park, and even if you get a base hit, not the end of the world.
So Eli
Especially
Horner,
in a game like this.
Eli Horner, Plattsmouth's dueling pitcher, sends this one up the middle. Grabbed by Winky. He tosses across to Schultz, and Marr rules that he is on the bag and the throw is in time. So a little bit of action. No runs on 2 hits, no Lincoln Christian errors, and that'll retire matters for Plattsmouth here in the first. Your score after a half inning, Plattsmouth 0, Brester Construction coming to bat. We'll bring you back to Sam Crawford Field here on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
It's the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament Championship game with Plattsmouth versus Lincoln Christian. Bottom of the first, 0-0 in association with Eastern Nebraska Sports Network. This is Saunders County Online YouTube.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back to Sam Crawford Field here inside beautiful downtown Wahoo, Nebraska. Under the lights in this one for the championship game. Plattsmouth, the visitors, wearing white.
In the top of the first, 13 pitches. 13
and Clow with 13 pitches we hear in the top of the first inning. Lincoln Christian, Brester Construction in the navy blue with white bottoms. We'll take you around the horn real quick at the Plattsmouth Defense. Here's how they're going to line up tonight. Out in right field will be Tyler Dembowski, center fielder Ethan Walker, left fielder Lewis Ingram, shortstop will be Gage Olson, third baseman Parker Auenbaugh, second baseman Gabe Viamonte, first baseman will be Dylan Eby, back behind the dish Henry Lunger, and on the hill will be Eli Horner.
Yeah, interesting move by Tim Winters. Got to do what you got to do to win a state championship. Use the resources you have left. And Horner's key tonight is going to be living on that outside corner, just like we saw Cloud did.
Horner, the best remaining available option for Tim Winters and this Plattsmouth staff, but quickly behind the leadoff batter, Luke Reiling, 2-0 here. Does a better job to adjust to the fastball. Reiling taking all the way. Count moves 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1 skips in there, now down way behind Reiling, 3-1.
And you can't issue free passes because that puts even more pressure on your defense, and you definitely don't want to pressure your defense in the state championship. They're already pressured enough as is.
3-1, curveball drops in there, count shifts full at 3-2. Horner nods, he goes from the full wind, payoff. Curveball starts too high. That one not in there for a strike, and that'll be a free pass to Reiling to start the game.
Yeah, and Jimmy Motes is not a fan of that upper corner. That probably has something to do with the fact that Jimmy stands in at 6'7". So what would be a strike to most might appear a little high to Jimmy. But all in all, it's not like he takes away. It's still, for the most part, a 3x3 grid, maybe with the exception, kind of like that outside corner may be extended by quarter to a half inch.
So in stands tonight's pitcher Andrew Clow. First time through the order against Horner. Horner slide step delivery to the plate, and that one drops over the outside corner for the first strike. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1. That one dips a little too low. Count now shifts minorly in favor of Clow. 2-1.
And you got to be careful because this top and the middle of the Lincoln Christian order will make you pay if you have free passes. So a good job to battle back there.
Clow squares around, but this one bunted foul down the third base line. Right toward the on-deck circle for Plattsmouth, and now count 2-2 as Clow will have to hit for himself. Horner sets his 2-2 delivery. That one misses high, so ruled by Jimmy Moats.
And again, sticking to the established zone is the key for Moats. He has done for as many pitches as he's called in this tournament, done an excellent job.
Payoff pitches, cut on and missed. That time he chased out, tried to pull it, yanked his barrel right with him, and Clow set down on strikes. He'll be the first strikeout victim tonight for Eli Horner.
And Joe, I can tell you, when you go behind the plate 4 times, call more than 100 pitches all 4 times, call more than 200 pitches in Monday night's game, and only miss 5 for the entire tournament, that is speaking volumes. That is a phenomenal performance.
First pitch, and Watson taking all the way as this one's going to scamper away from the catcher Lunger. So Reiling will move on down to second base, and he'll be there with 1 out.
And Jimmy Moats establishing a fast tempo, asking Watson to stay in the box there.
1-0, and that one misses, so now down in a big hole to Watson, 2-0. Horner sets at the belt, slide step 2-0 to Watson. This one not close, and that's going to miss for ball 3.
Now, a walk doesn't hurt you as long as you hold on to it and don't allow the runner to move to third, because it does set up a double play.
3-0 to Watson. That one right down Broadway. Watson taking the whole way, still heavily in his favor. Count at 3-1. Brester Construction looking for their first hit. As 3-1 from Horner. Curveball. That one drops in there. Watson, slight disagreement with Jimmy Moats, but that falling on deaf ears. And now Watson will choke up and look to protect the plate as a payoff comes in from Horner.
And there's no valid argument for taking that pitch.
That one misses the inside corner for ball 4. So Watson aboard on the free pass, and that'll be 2 of the last 3 that have been walked, and we're going to see a courtesy runner.
And Jimmy's not a huge fan of the inside corner, but he has called that pitch earlier in the tournament, so interesting enough that he's establishing he's not calling it tonight. And he's now hearing it from that.
Well, we've got a courtesy runner, it would appear.
And Jimmy Moats not too happy that Horner wants to work quickly here. He needs to record the substitution still.
It would appear, looks like maybe Ian Brester running down at first base there. We will check on that one when we have more information available.
Do believe so.
First offering from Horner misses. This is the first baseman Logan Schultz batting cleanup tonight. Horner sets, he delivers to Schultz. That one on the inside corner, dropped that one in there for a strike.
And that was almost the exact same pitch that wasn't called a minute ago, so good job by Jimmy Moats for establishing, yep, that's going to be called a strike, as long as he sticks to it now.
1-1, that one drops over the outside corner that time, and now Horner jumps in front of Schultz at 1-2. Horner peers in, he sets at the belt, a quick delivery. 1-2, that one drops in there, and Moats rings up Schultz.
And there is no doubt that pitch is a strike, and you've got to know better if you're Schultz than to take that pitch.
So far, 2 strikeouts for Horner. Schultz, the second victim. That'll bring up third baseman Max Emanuel as Horner pours that one in at the bottom of the zone for strike 1.
Nasty pitch there.
Horner nods, he sets at the belt. Checks his runners and delivers his 0-1. That one poured in there, and it's 0-2.
And I don't have any idea what Max Emanuel's watching, and unless Cooper Cologne's strategy is taking till you get 2 strikes, not really sure what he's watching there.
Nothing in 2 to Emanuel. The pitch cut on and missed for the 3rd out. So Horner strikes out all 3 and back-to-back to end matters here in the bottom of the 1st. So in the inning, no runs on no hits. There were no Plattsmouth errors and 2 men left on base. We're going to head to the top of the 2nd inning here from Sam Crawford Field. Your score after 1-0 on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online.
Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their families' everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. You're watching the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament Championship game. Plattsmouth versus Lincoln Christian on Saunders County Online YouTube and Eastern Nebraska Sports Network.
Well, in steps the mammoth first baseman for Plattsmouth. This is Dylan Eby. And first offering from Cloud missing high for ball one. Cloud sets about midsection high. He delivers to Eby on the fastball, but just a tick underneath that one. He fouls that one back behind the home plate area for strike one. 1-1. Cloud sets. He delivers. Curveball starts too high that time, never breaks down, so count now shifts in favor of Eby at 2-1. 6, 7, 8 due up here in the Plattsmouth orders. Clow sets again. He prepares. Delivers 2-1 to Eby. Chopped on the ground, and that one's going to be gobbled up by Winky. Got plenty of time across, and that one will retire Eby by about a step. Good job by Winky to make the accurate throw for the first out.
Yeah, and most people run that out, but you can tell Eby a very strong-built kid, and sometimes when you see strong-built people, they can't really get up that fast. Jimmy Moats really showed one of you here. I haven't seen him do much running this entire tournament, and there's good reasons why. You definitely don't want to injure yourself doing it. And a strike called there, but I mean, you can't ask much more because that's hit so deep in the hole it's short. That was good contact there by Eby.
Plattsmouth obviously a little out of gas after having to play extra innings to decide that semifinal game.
And that very well might be playing in a part of why we are seeing some of these guys look as exhausted as they are.
Onbaugh quickly down in the hole to Clow, 0-2. The kick and the 0-2 delivery on the outside corner. Onbaugh set down on strikes, and Watson sails the throw down to Emmanuel into left field.
Well, we said it about Lincoln Christian. We're going to say it again. If you're Plattsmouth, you've had Jimmy Moats behind the plate. What are you watching there? Just because it's an inch off the outside corner, guess what? Jimmy Moats is still calling it. You got to get a back to it.
So it'll step Lewis Ingram, tonight's third baseman. Ingram cuts through the first offering from Clow, and he has been rolling after a little bit of trouble in the first. Clow shakes off. He gets his sign. He sets about. And curveball really getting the better of Ingram, and it's 0-2.
That was a Luke Broderick ephus pitch there. I mean, not many kids could do that. So to see a kid do that at junior level, that's just amazing.
Tunneled the curveball effectively off the fastball there. Count shifts to 0-2. Delivery from Clow, and he strikes out 2 that inning. Nearly struck out the side, if not for the ground ball. And Plattsmouth very quickly goes up, 3 down. And we're going to head to the bottom of the second here on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online in a scoreless game, 0-0 after 1.5.
Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is the sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Title's Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo. Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. It's the championship game at the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament as Lincoln Christian takes on Plattsmouth, and we are bottom of the second on Saunders County Online, YouTube, as well as Eastern Nebraska Sports Network.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back to Sam Crawford Field here. Scoreless game through 1.5 between Plattsmouth and Lincoln Christian for the state title. Both pitchers working effectively as Horner misses high to Brock Weta. He is this evening's left fielder for Brester Construction. 1-0 offering to Weta. That one skips in there, so adjustment made, but maybe a little bit of an overcorrection. And now Weta well ahead, 2-0. Behind Weta will be CJ Cuciti as 6, 7, 8 due up also for Lincoln Christian this inning. And now well behind Weta is Eli Horner. It's 3-0. 3-0 offering from Horner. Misses, and Weta will be aboard on the 4-pitch walk. So that will indeed bring up tonight's second baseman, CJ Cuciti, for Cooper Cologne's Brester Construction squad. We'll see how aggressively Cologne is with Brock Weta, his outfielder, at first base. So in stands Cuciti. First offering from Horner. Poured over the outside corner, so a better job to adjust that time after a 4-pitch walk as he delivers strike one.
Yeah, I got to say, Joe, Robbie Thielen at second probably needs to shift in just a few inches, standing right on the lip of that infield. And the problem right now would be that he is right in the way of the throw, so he might want to scoot one way or the other just a couple inches.
Cuciti squares, gets down a good one. Horner does a good job to pounce on it field, but he pulls Eby off the bag. Back pick throw to second base, and he is toast. So what could have been a very fortunate break for Lincoln Christian is erased as Eby snap throw behind Brock Weta picks him off, and right there to apply the tag was Olson.
Weta out at second.
Well, that was an interesting sequence of events, Joe. It starts off with a sacrifice, but then he reaches on the air, but then almost immediately the runner at second eliminated. I mean, Lincoln Christian just literally ran themselves and gifted Plattsmouth an out there.
And Eby looking right away after he fielded that ball, and a good read by Eby that time. He's tried it several times this tournament, mostly to no avail, but that time he caught Weta leaning a little too far. And Weta becomes the first out. This one skips in, a little difficulty finding it, and that will allow the advancement. So now the sacrifice bunt almost didn't matter as Cuciti will advance now to second base. Standing in at home plate is the shortstop Charlie Winky, batting with a 2-0 count, well in his favor. So now we'll see if Winky can get the job done with Cuciti out at second instead of Brock Weta.
Well, but hold on just a minute here, Joe. Yes, it does matter because right now you could have two in scoring position.
Indeed, that does begin to matter, but more or less the same situation as if the out was just made at first.
Right. More or less, yeah. I get what you're saying now.
Horner well behind Winky, 3-0. The 3-0 ruled in there, so says Jimmy Moats. And count now still in favor of Winky at 3-1, but Horner does a good job to get himself back in for the time being.
Yep, just on the inside corner.
3-1, and that one behind Winky. A good job to snag by Lunger. So Winky draws the walk, and now first and second, one gone. So now in steps Sam Swoboda, this evening's center fielder in the bottom of the Lincoln Christian lineup. On deck stands Luke Reiling, the top of the order.
I think if you could get Swoboda on here and turn the lineup over for Reiling, this would be a beautiful opportunity for Christian.
First offering from Horner. Swoboda chops this one foul down to the Plattsmouth dugout.
Hopefully head coach Tim Winters is okay. Looks like he's giving the thumbs up after barehanding that one.
Appears none the worse, it would seem.
We saw a couple of dangerous foul balls. One hit Zach McMahon, the left fielder for Wayne, in the face earlier tonight.
And the 0-1, and not entirely sure what Swoboda seeing there. He helps out Horner and chases up the ladder. Now in the hole, 0-2. Time to train in that discipline. 0-2. Horner delivers. That one crosses low. A good presentation and frame by Lunger. That one crosses low.
Yeah, just missed a little low. And Jimmy Motes is not going to be fooled by a good framing job, I can tell you that.
0-2. This one lined out. Shortstop caught by Olson. He flips back to second, and a double play. An excellent play by the shortstop, Gage Olson, to rob the bottom of the lineup, Swoboda, of a hit, and then turns it into a double play. A bad read by Cucini at second, and that will conclude matters here in the bottom of the second. So no runs on no hits. There was one Plattsmouth error, but able to work out of it was Horner, and we're going to head to the top of the third. Still a scoreless game here on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan & Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
Welcome back to the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament Championship game with Lincoln Christian versus Plattsmouth.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back inside beautiful Sam Crawford Field under the lights. We welcome you back to Wahoo, Nebraska, site of this year's Class B Junior State Championship game here. Plattsmouth and Lincoln Christian has the first offering to Demboski, is fouled straight back and out of play. So Clow doing a good job to get out in front. Count shifts in his favor at 0-1. Clow set at the midsection. He delivers his 0-1. Demboski chops it on the ground. Winky grabs it. His toss across to Schultz is in time. Just staying on the bag was Logan Schultz. An impressive stretch and a better job to stay on the bag for out number one.
Tip of the hats all the way around, and especially to first base umpire Kevin Moore for getting a great position. And I want to be clear, the reason I'm commenting on this umpiring crew is not of how bad they are. It's because of how good they have been. Tremendous crew selected for this state tournament.
Indeed, you feel 5 of the best in the state. That brings us back to the top of the order, and Henry Lunger well out in front of the Clow curveball. A big rip, but he comes up empty, and count will shift in favor of Clow at 0-1. Clow sets at the letters this time. He delivers his 0-1 to Lunger, a soft little fly ball. Cuciti first coming in, then breaking back, plenty of time to make the play. And Lunger pops out. He is retired for out number 2.
And that's what the humidity is going to do. It is just going to kill any ball that's in the air. And a rather routine out number 2.
You feel as if everything kind of moving in slow motion due to the humidity tonight. You can see a little darker color on the infield. Never really did dry out after tournament director Nick Milliken wet that one down, but playing about as perfectly as it's played all season. Clow unsure of the sign, so he's going to step off and ask for a new one from his catcher, Jake Watson. As in steps Ethan Walker with 2 away in the inning. He's behind the Clow fastball, 0-1.
That's a good start always. You might maybe see something on the outside now. Not sure what it looks like.
So-called the pitcher's favorite pitch, strike 1. Clow does a good job coming off the hill to field that. And indeed, folks, pitchers are athletes, as Clow makes a nice play to field that one and flip in time to first base. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Andrew Clow and the Lincoln Christian defense. So we're still scoreless after 2.5. We're going to bring you back to Sam Crawford Field here on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online.
Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their families' everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Welcome back to the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. It's the championship game, Lincoln Christian versus Plattsmouth, 0-0, bottom of the 3rd.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back inside Sam Crawford Field. Here in Wahoo, Nebraska, a scoreless championship game so far, 2.5, 5 zeros posted. So good job by Eli Horner and Andrew Clow to keep each other off the board, as Horner will deliver to Luke Reiling, and that one well wild. Shades of Rick Vaughn on that one. Count will shift in favor of Reiling, 1-0.
Yep.
1-0, that time much better, and poured in the curveball for the strike. So perhaps you could argue tuttling the fastball semi-effectively. Count shifts 1-1, and the delivery from Horner. Reiling couldn't wait on the curveball, a little too big of a hack, and perhaps his eyes a little larger than the strike zone that time. So it'll shift in favor of Horner at 1-2. Working quickly. The delivery swung on and flown in the air to right center field. Going to be a tough play. Still backing up the right fielder, and that one's going to drop. Dembowski unable to come up with it. Reiling rounding second. He wants 3. Here comes the throw in. Relay by Gage Olson will not be made. And Luke Reiling leads off the inning with a triple.
Oh, goodness. What a way to start offensively. Your first hit's a triple. And a big opportunity here to get this first run of the state championship game home.
And an appeal to see if Reiling did indeed hit second, but yes, he did, says Eric McMurray, and will play on. So Reiling going to be offered a free meal by our concession stand. That has been the going rate for triples in the tournament. 2 on the day. First by Lewis Ingram and now by Reiling, as the first pitch by Horner skips in, and catcher Henry Lunger came up nicked up on the play. We're going to have timeout on the field.
Did that get him in the one place you don't want to get hit in?
Looks like it caught a little chink in the armor, maybe top or side of the leg,
okay,
perhaps.
Good. Well,
it appears,
that's way better than where you could be hit.
Appears Lunger is in a little discomfort.
Yeah. At least he did have the shin guard. He didn't take it full on. That's always a good thing.
Well, Lunger going to be able to continue in this one. Certainly telling his skipper that it's nothing to worry about, not wanting to having to test the bench depth of Plattsmouth this early in this one, as in steps the opposing pitcher Andrew Clow with a 1-0 count, and Horner missing badly with a fastball again. It's 2-0.
Lunger calming him down.
So interestingly enough, he was well out in front of Luke Reiling, and Reiling powers one to the right center gap for a triple. And now a little rattled is Horner out on the mound, full wind. He delivers to Reiling.
Oh!
And that one, oh gosh, that one got...
Oh no.
That one got the catcher Lunger again.
Oh, that looks really bad.
Lunger doubled over in agony at home plate, but he's going to say he can continue in this one.
This is just an insane effort right here. You don't see too many catchers at the junior level play through this amount of discomfort.
Horner now from the stretch. His 3-0 delivery this time falls in. And you begin to wonder if the heat, the humidity, the duration of the tournament, and 2 games today is going to take its toll on Henry Lunger, as the 3-1 offering misses well low, and we're going to see a visit here from Tim Winters, perhaps to just simply calm down Horner. So Clow reaching on the base on balls, and that'll bring in Jake Watson. Cooper Cologne going to talk to all of his runners and his hitter, Jake Watson. As Horner enters dangerous part of this lineup, as we've mentioned, Mike. 3 and 4 in this lineup do some serious damage, but mainly some scrappy hitters. Oh, I'll beg your pardon. We're going to see Horner exit this game on the hill. We're going to get a new pitcher, as Ethan Walker, the former center fielder, is going to enter this game. We'll just keep this one here for the brief pitching change and discuss matters here. So on the corners, a little bit of a tough situation for Ethan Walker, and we talked about it. The depth of this Plattsmouth lineup going to be tested, and a quick hook tonight on Horner. Tim Horner's wasting no time in a state title game.
No, he's really not, and he's pitched fine, but, I mean, every run matters in this state championship game, and this is going to be played like it is Game 7 of the World Series. You're not going to see a starter, I'm going to imagine, go more than halfway home unless they have just totally eliminated base running traffic. Your first sign of trouble, you're going to see the hook, I am sure.
Well, barring a massive change in this thing, it also appears that runs are going to come at a very premium rate. 5-0 has been posted, but Lincoln Christian threatening here. And interestingly enough, also, Luke Reiling with a triple for the first hit of the game for Lincoln Christian.
You know what? I just thought of something. I wonder if Eli Horner is a Legion baby and has senior districts coming up this weekend. That could be entirely possible.
Yeah.
Because your pitch count counts for that into that tournament.
Indeed, it does. And I didn't hear exactly what the final pitch count was.
49, which would mean he'd be able to come back, I believe, on Sunday. And I think Plattsmouth is the top seed of their district. So if Horner is indeed a call-up, he would be able to pitch in the second game of that tournament.
Yeah,
and I don't remember. Plattsmouth, I think, is in that crazy district with Ron Colley, so I don't think there's any doubt you might see Gabe Viamonte. I don't know what Plattsmouth has. I'm not really familiar with their senior, if their juniors and seniors are that much different, so going to be interesting to see. But Plattsmouth, in what I would love to call, well, there's a word I'd like to call it, but a very tough district, arguably, when you have Ashland, Greenwood, Roncalli, Plattsmouth, and I'm trying to think, Concordia all in the same district. That's not easy.
Indeed, you could call it a stacked district if you would.
Yep, a stacked district, exactly. That's the broadcaster way of saying that.
So in steps the catcher for Lincoln Christian Brester Construction, Jake Watson. He was walked his first time around, looking to do a hint more damage with this at-bat. He's got a good opportunity, 1 RBI in scoring position, the other standing at first base in the form of the other pitcher, Andrew Clow. Walker delivers his 1-0. Watson on the fastball that time, but he fouls it back and out of play. Count shifts even at 1-1. Suppose we're going to see what both teams have left for depth. Tim Winter's squad going to it very early. They bring on Ethan Walker, and you begin to wonder who they have behind him.
Yeah.
Eligible to pitch. Taking off is the runner from first, and it's going to be a double steal situation.
And
relay back to home plate, and it works perfectly. Ryling comes in to score the first run for Lincoln Christian. A good job by Clow to swipe. He had a good jump on Ethan Walker. He swiped second, cut off by the second baseman, Gabe Viamonte. The relay back home a little bit late. Ryling advancing as soon as he saw that clear the pitcher's head Walker, and executed perfectly by Cooper Cologne. So now an RBI opportunity for Jake Watson stands at second base in the form of Andrew Clow.
Situational awareness there. You got to know you can't throw through there, that the runner's going to take off.
Perhaps a pump fake better used in that situation, but first run does come around to score, and like we said, perhaps coming at a premium rate. You begin to wonder how large that first run, and perhaps the only run we could see in this game, is going to be. Walker behind 3-1. He delivers to Watson, swung on and popped up. EB drifting over into foul territory. He will drift back towards the field and make the catch for, that is the first out of the inning. So Watson unable to connect with that fastball, drops the back shoulder a little too far, and fouls out to EB.
That is a big out recorded there, but you got Logan Schultz at the plate. You still got a ways to go to get out of the heart of this Christian order, the 1 through 6 proving very valuable thus far.
Oh, in will step Logan Schultz as that curveball bends around the zone, and that is the correct call from Jimmy Moats. That one crosses high and finishes a strikeout, and we've seen that one several times throughout this tournament.
Good job by Jimmy Moats sticking to the call there.
Whoa, and Walker with about a 52-foot fastball right there, and then a little bit of a mental blip as he forgets to cover home plate in his frustration. So now he's behind Schultz 2-0. Perhaps Jimmy Moats' 0-0 call rattling Walker a little bit.
And the more and more I think about it, that curveball did cross the plate just a little high. I'm a little surprised, though, that there wasn't a swing and a miss there.
The 2-0 to Schultz. He swings and drives this ball deep to left center field. This one's going to fall down just shy of the track. So this will bring home the second run for Lincoln Christian as Logan Schultz, the cleanup hitter, does his job. Drives in that second run with a double to deep left field. And it is 2-0 Lincoln Christian.
Wow.
An absolute bullet head out in left field. And you begin to wonder, should the humidity have not played a factor, how far that ball flies on an ordinary day in this valley?
With no wind, it's hard to know, Joe, but yeah, you make a point.
So in steps third baseman Max Emanuel as Walker floats the curveball, and it stays high. Count shifts 1-0. So the middle of Lincoln Christian's lineup doing some damage here as they bring up Emanuel. 1-0 offering. Fastball again is low. Back 2-0. Emanuel, the 5-hole in this lineup. So truly the heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5 all done damage as Walker will spaghetti move. The leg hang and looks back his runner, that is Schultz at second base. Walker sets. He delivers his 2-0 to Emanuel. That one a little low, but ruled at the bottom of the zone by Jimmy Moats.
I'd like to take a quick moment and point out that we are a mirror image of the previous game, the first 3.5 innings, no score.
And indeed, that's been a recurring theme here lately as we've seen some early games be scoreless, and Emanuel is struck by that pitch. That one looked like a little bit of a glancing blow, simply caught him on the arm, and it appeared that Emanuel will be just fine.
Brought to you by Saunders County Chiropractic. Schedule your appointment with Dr. Paul Sutton or Dr. Keith Waddle at the Lake Wanahoe Clinic. All players.
So now in steps the left fielder Brock Weta with 2 out there and only 1 down in the inning. Pitch to Weta. That one misses low, so says Jimmy Moats.
Yeah, and I saw Lunger pull it back up that time, so that one clearly was low.
And that one crossed around the mid-shin, about the stripe on the socks and the stirrups for Lincoln Christian, common part of their uniform. Almost every member of the team wearing those stirrups. Walker's 1-0 to Wba. That one powered in just about thigh high. Wba taking all the way, and count shifts even at 1-1. Walker, he sets about belly button high. Delivers his 1-1 fastball. This time he spikes it a little too far on top, not striding out enough perhaps, and count shifts it back in favor of Wba at 2-1.
Yeah, double play in order here. You can tell that head coach Tim Winter's looking for a ground ball here, but you're not going to get it on that pitch.
The 2-1 to Wba misses high, and it shifts to 3-1. So Wba now in a favorable hitter's count. We've seen him at designated hitter most of the tournament, but now with the depth issues being tested, he has to enter the game and play defense as the 3-1 by Walker powered in for strike 2. So now a payoff delivery coming. And we'll see what Walker has in the tank to offer Brock Wba. The payoff pitch, Wba does a good job, extends the zone a little bit, flicks his bat out at that one, just able to get a piece and stay alive, 3-2. Moats puts the ball back into play as Walker looks his runner back once, he comes set. Another payoff to Wba, swing and a miss. Takes a little bit off of that one.
That's a big strikeout recorded by Ethan Walker as he just makes his second inning of work this year, so definitely a big out recorded there.
Well, we talked about the depth issues for Plattsmouth. We've been informed only the second inning that Walker has pitched all year long, and he does a good job to flick the curveball up there for strike 1. Well out in front was the second baseman, C.J. Cuccitti. And Walker's going to take that ball out of play.
Even Jimmy Moats giving Tim Winters some grief there. That is awesome.
Well, a little bit of a reminder that at the end of the day, it is just a game, as Walker's 0-1 offering misses high for ball 1.
I guess I'd rather have that than a umpire that doesn't say anything the whole game and just blankly stares.
The 1-1 by Walker. He does a good job to sneak the fastball by Cuccitti that time, and it's 1-2. So now count in favor of Walker out on the hill. He sets, he delivers his 1-2 to Cuccitti. Curveball just off the plate. A gorgeous pitch, but that one must have missed just wide, so ruled by Jimmy Moats, and now we have 2s all over the board. 2-2 with 2 out, 2 on, and in the second inning, of course, and this one...
You're an inning off there, Joe.
Oh, I beg your pardon, it is the third. I'll beg your pardon, and now we shift to a full count at 3-2. Walker, he sets at the bell. This payoff. Runners are in motion. The 3-2 misses low, so he will walk Cuccitti. And that'll extend this inning. One more batter and load the bases for the shortstop, Charlie Winkie.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, too. That was awfully close.
Indeed, you never want to say that an umpire's call changes an at-bat or an inning, but that one certainly had a feel to it that changed the pace of the at-bat.
Yeah, you could feel Walker's frustration from here.
So now Walker back to the full windup. His first offering to Winkie. Lays off the high fastball for ball 1.
You might want to go down to Kevin Marr there. That was close.
Don't believe that one was offered at, as Walker will deliver 1-0 to Winkie. Winkie pounds this ball on the ground down to third, and this one's going to get by on ball. In comes 1 run. Here comes Emmanuel. He will score a 2nd run. This throw coming all the way through to the plate for some reason, and that will allow Cuccitti to advance another 90 feet. A little bit of a blip out in left field as that throw came all the way to home plate. It was cut off by Walker, but Cuccitti advancing another 90 feet as Lewis Ingram decides to fire that ball all the way back into home plate. But Winkie with a 2 RBI single, and it's 4-0 Lincoln Christian. brings up the bottom of the Brewster construction lineup and the center fielder, Sam Swoboda.
I thought that Kevin Marr was getting ready to call a balk there for a second, but he didn't, and that's the right call.
And my interesting take on balks is that you almost feel that it has to be, as the rule says, an attempt to deceive a base runner, and a rather subpar move there from Walker as this one's fouled out behind the home plate concourse for the first strike. Getting deep into the night in this one, already a little past 9:30. Sunlight almost entirely gone, barely a little bit of blue tint left in the sky to our west.
Hey, the good news is we're in the third inning. We've had later starts this year on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network.
Indeed we have. Walker delivers his 0-1, swung on and line down to third. A fair ball, so Swoboda's going to get another one in. Winky's going to round it, but he thinks better of his decision as this one lobbed back in by Ingram. So an RBI single by Swoboda in the bottom of the order, also getting the job done. It's now 5-0 Brewster Construction.
You can tell Walker's struggling greatly here, but obviously you wonder if head coach Tim Winters should have made that move when he did. I mean, obviously if you have a senior call-up who's going to pitch, that's definitely one thing, but obviously Tim Winters not having too many others to go to.
And we'll see how long Walker can remain in this game. Obviously depth becoming a pressing issue on both sides as his 0-0 offering misses high to Reiling. Reiling sends this one foul, so now count 1-1.
And
count even at 1 ball and 1 strike piece.
just do want to mention that Christian has batted around here.
Delivery to Reiling. This is high, and indeed Reiling did lead off this inning with a triple. The 2-1 offering from Walker. This one misses outside, and now well in favor of Reiling, 3-1. And he was down in the count earlier when he had the triple. We'll see what he can do when he's ahead in the count here at 3-1.
Who knows?
3-1 offering from Walker.
Oh.
That one ducked a little bit by Reiling. You could see him bow the knees a little bit, hoping
well, that's
to duck
kind of
that.
where I was fooled, yeah.
And
probably
Moats,
a good call there.
Jimmy Moats not fooled, as now we have a payoff. Runner's going to be in motion. Here they go, 3-2. A little squibber, and this is going to be a base hit. An unbelievable job by Luke Reiling. Back pick down to third base in time, and you got to wonder, where in the world is Charlie Winky going? An infield squibber and a base hit by Reiling. Eby alertly looking back to third base, and he back picks Winky for the third and final out of the inning. So Christian kind of runs himself out of this inning, and that will conclude matters. But a 5-spot and indeed very crooked number posted will bring you back to the top of the 4th inning here when we come back to Sam Crawford Field from the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online.
Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is a sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo. It's Plattsmouth versus Lincoln Christian for the championship game of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament on Saunders County Online YouTube and Eastern Nebraska Sports Network. With Call a Game, we have Joe and Mike Klein. I'm Kelly Johnson with Saunders County Online. Guys, what a game we have going on. The last inning, What in the world's going on here?
Indeed, we kind of had established the idea that runs were going to come at a very premium rate, but a very crooked number posted at a 5 by Lincoln Christian as we hear the winners of the WBA Gun Raffle, a Henry 22 lever-action Golden Boy rifle, and a Beretta A300 12-gauge.
And congratulations to UTAN senior head coach Luke Worcester for winning one of those guns.
I believe he won the shotgun. I think Coach Worcester will be very happy with this prize.
You bet he will. You know Luke too well, don't you?
First offering by Clow is poured in for a strike. This is the shortstop Gage Olson. He's displayed his power and prowess throughout the tournament.
And it would be no better than to show that power now, down 5.
The 0-1 misses low, so ruled by Jimmy Moats. The set by Clow is 1-1 to Olson. That one misses well outside. Watson having to slide over and keep that one in front of him. So here we go. Cloud looks in. He delivers his 2-1 to Olson. Swung on and chopped foul. A mighty rip by Olson, hoping to demonstrate that extra base hit power, but he comes up empty.
You got to realize, just stay short. True dimensions here. There's no wind against you. You don't need a monumental swing to send it away.
Playing a little larger with the humidity, you can see the reflectivity from the lights as the 2-2 misses high, so now we'll have a payoff offering from Andrew Clow. On deck stands Gabe Viamonte, tonight's second baseman. The full count. Olson pounds this one on the ground to third. Emmanuel has a little trouble with it, and he will indeed just eat it as Olson flying down that first baseline, and he'll be aboard on the error.
Bad time for Max Emmanuel to commit that error, and we've seen it. All it takes is one little spark, be it the pitching change of the bottom of the inning. Is that the spark for Plattsmouth? Because we know what their offense can do.
So now in steps Gabe Viamonte, the second baseman. He has displayed quite a laser show, you could say, at home plate, spraying the ball all over the ballpark in this junior state tournament. And Viamonte watches the first strike. Right over the outside corner, so says Jimmy Moats, the home plate umpire. Clow sets about belly button high. He delivers his 0-1. This one popped in the air, shallow left center field. Going to be trouble, and indeed a lack of communication between Winky and the two closing outfielders. Both Swoboda and Winky having difficulty trying to clap that one as Viamonte will single to shallow left center field. And a little something cooking here for Plattsmouth. They have the first two aboard for another power hitter, Eli Horner.
I would let him hit here, Joe.
He is now currently center fielder after a straight switch between him and Ethan Walker as Horner was removed from this one and Walker came in. Clow does a good job to get out in front of Horner, count 0-1. He sets about letter high. His delivery, 0-1. Horner flares this one down the left field line. Going to be well foul down toward the bullpen gate. I believe we've got some action down in the Plattsmouth bullpen, warming up the replacement for Walker.
Looks like a righty warming up down there.
Indeed it does. It is a right-hander. We will get you more information on that when it becomes available to us. Clow taking a good long while. Horner going to step out and call time. Perhaps gives Clow a little time to determine what pitch he wants to deliver. 0-2. Clow got it now. He sets at the letters. He delivers his 0-2. Horner swings and hits a laser to right field, but this one going to be caught, brought in, and an errant throw in, but thankfully right at Max Emanuel, the third baseman. Nearly a misread out in right field by Luke Reiling, but a good job to stay on his feet and recover. And Horner hits an absolute seed, but a line out, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So now in steps the Mountain first baseman, Dylan Eby.
I would be okay. Well, now there's one out. If there was still nobody out, I'd be perfectly okay with a bunt here.
Eby swings and hits a towering fly ball out into center field. Swoboda will watch the left fielder make the catch for the second out, so Eby retired on just one pitch, securing that one. The left fielder, I beg your pardon, that was Sam Swoboda.
For out number 2, that brings up number 29, Parker Achenbaugh.
There's one thing.
Brock Weta putting that one away.
There's one thing wrong. You really would have liked to have your top of the order leading off here. The problem when you lead off with your 3-0 hitter, you get into scenarios like this. You get a couple base runners on. But this bottom of the order has not done much for Plattsmouth. It's been that middle part of the order that's done the majority of the offensive work for Plattsmouth thus far. So Achenbaugh with a lot of pressure to deliver here with 2 outs.
Achenbaugh pounded the first offering foul down the left field line, and a huge jump at second by Olson. Tossed down to third by Watson, and Emmanuel again can't handle it. We saw him have issues with that last night. A good toss by Watson and an accurate one at that, but Emmanuel unable to handle it, and Olson swiped second. He had a massive jump and then had to throw on the brakes. Did a good job to start his wheels again and slide in safely at third base. So now Achenbaugh's got him at second and third. Viamonte away from second, Olson away from third, and Achenbaugh standing in with a 1-1 count. Klaus sets and he delivers a strike as Achenbaugh well out in front of the hook that time.
Yeah, he got fooled by that low hook, which we said you can't do if you're Plattsmouth. That's one of his specialties.
Klaus sets letter high. He delivers a 1-2 to Achenbaugh. Swing and a miss. Went after the curveball and came up empty again. So working in and out of the jam is Andrew Clow on the inning. Plattsmouth scores no runs on 2 hits. There was 1 Lincoln Christian error, and there were 2 men left on. We're ahead to the bottom of the 4th. Your score still, Brester Construction 5 and Plattsmouth nothing. In association with Saunders County Online, you're watching the state championship game on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network.
Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their families' everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is a sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza.
And your daily special.
Welcome back to the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament Championship game. It is Lincoln Christian versus Plattsmouth, and you are listening and watching the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online YouTube.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back to Sam Crawford Field here. Downtown Wahoo, Nebraska, as the lights of the city come on and the lights of the field begin to take over. We have lost almost all of our sunlight as now we shift into the night hours. 9:52 p.m. current time. We're starting the bottom of the 4th here in a 5-0 game. Lincoln Christian Brester Construction hoping to add to their lead, and they'll do so starting with Andrew Clow, the pitcher.
Number 17, Andrew Clow.
Walker still out there, and whoa, shades of Rick Vaughn as that one sails all the way to the backstop on the fly. Just a touch high that time to Clow. Count 1-0.
I mean this with all due respect, but there's a great Bob Uecker quote, just a bit high.
1-0, and adjustment made. In fact, an overcorrection as he leaves the fastball at about 55 feet there.
You average them out, they're fine.
Right? Yeah, you deliver a strike if you average the 2, but Walker down 2-0 to Clow. He delivers. That one crosses, this time just about a ball width high, and now well behind 3-0.
Christian's letters, it's tough to judge where that bottom of the letter really is because all they have is a logo.
Yeah, they only have...
It's not the true letters that you normally see.
They only have a patch over their... where about their heart would be over the left pectoral muscle. So really, you can't say it crossed at the letters. You could say it crossed about at the chest, and begins to get tough to gauge where that ball really does cross.
Well, and again, Jimmy Motes has not favored that high corner anyway throughout this state tournament. So, I mean, to be fair, that is one thing that can be said. And again, with the outside corner being favored, I like the move to put Jimmy Moats behind the plate. I don't think you could find too many better to put behind the plate for a state title game. Maybe other than Kevin Marr, but I can tell that Kevin Marr, if he calls plate, he gets it out of the way right away.
A very interesting series of pickoff moves here by Walker. First one, Verity trying to distract the runner. He took off his glove, scratched his head, and stepped off and threw over. Seeing everything in the tank and never a dull moment here, as you could claim an inexperienced pitcher in Walker. Just simply going out there and having fun throwing the baseball.
Got to be careful there. I mean, I know he stepped off, but be sure you don't put that leg up.
He's behind Watson 1-0 as
yes,
he
sir.
floats the big folly curveball in there for the first strike.
That is an excellent pitch there. Fooled Watson big time.
Another floater. This one, Watson's all over, though. Deep to the right center gap. Dembowski not going to run this one down. Clow rounding second. He's going to third. And Watson going to round second. He's going to go third. Clow's going to come around and score. And the second triple of the game, as Watson does a good job to stay on that one to the right center power alley at about the 325 mark. And Watson going to have an RBI triple. And they're going to courtesy run for him. Interesting. You see an athlete like Jake Watson leg out a triple and then decide to run for him immediately. Perhaps going to give him a time to get his breath collected before he's sent back behind the plate. Be a courtesy runner. It'll be Nick Reiling, the courtesy runner, down at third base. So now in steps cleanup hitter first baseman Nick Schultz, as Tim Winter's going to bring his infield in here, attempt to cut down the run at the plate. First pitch by Schultz, popped up the laundry chute. Nobody covering home plate. It'll be a tough play. There's nobody covering home plate. Somebody got to cover. And Reiling unable to pick up on that as Schultz set down on the first pitch.
Well, head coach Cooper Cologne gave him the stop sign. And the only question I got is, he could have easily scored there.
Up 6-0. I understand not wanting to run into the out, but certainly Reiling not a slow runner. Perhaps not wanting to test his luck this early in the game. Regardless, in steps Max Emanuel as the curveball's going to skip by. Reiling coming to the plate. Here comes the feed. It is not in time. Tag just about a tenth of a second late from Walker.
Yeah. And Jimmy Moats death staring that tag down there. And an excellent job of realizing that. I certainly know I really think about calling him out there because that is just a bang-bang play. But that's an excellent job to really watch it carefully and watch it all the way through before making the call.
Well, the important takeaway there, where the pitcher Walker set up at home plate, he set up directly on top of the plate, so though the tag may have got on the lower leg, by the time the lower leg had already been tagged, it was on top of the plate. And good job by Reiling to keep the front foot down on the feet first slide, and he will score the 7th run of the game. So now a 1-1 count from Walker to Emanuel, and Emanuel just a tick behind that fastball and a little bit under. He fouls that one straight back to the screen, and the count shifts to 1-2. So 1-2, Walker now from the full windup. He will deliver to Emanuel. The big folly floating curve is chopped to third. Toss across by Onbaugh is in time, says Kevin Marr. An impressive arm from Parker Onbaugh as he retires Emanuel on the chopper. Score put out 5-3 for out number 2. It was indeed a bang play, but perhaps Kevin Marr wanting to keep this game, you could say, level in terms of competition. He rules Emanuel out on the tough play. So now in will step the left fielder Brock Weta as Walker works from the full wind and delivers to him. Weta well ahead of the changeup there as Walker takes a few ticks off.
You could tell that Weta was sitting fastball there, and he got that changeup. Fooled him greatly.
Walker adds the velo right back on, but this time misses up the ladder for ball 1. Walker's 1-1 to Weta. This one skips in. This is low 2-1. Walker from the full wind, he delivers the 2-1 to Weta. This one also crosses low, a few ball widths below the knees that time. And now Walker well behind Brock Weta. Weta tonight out in left field as Walker delivers his 3-1. Weta swings and hits a line drive to center field, but Horner well in its path, and he will catch this one medium deep left center for the third out of the inning. But not before Christian can post 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no Lincoln Christian errors and nobody left on base. Your score after 4 complete, Lincoln Christian 7, Plattsmouth 0. We're ahead to the top of the 5th in association with Saunders County Online. You're watching the Class B Junior State Championship game on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
Welcome back to the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament Championship game between Lincoln Christian and Plattsmouth. We are now at the top of the 5th, and Lincoln Christian is ahead 7-0. With Call a Game, it's Eastern Nebraska Sports Network. Mike Klein and Joe Klein. I'm Kelly Johnson with Saunders County Online YouTube.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back inside Sam Crawford Field here. The salute to our veterans being completed, and always a very touching moment of every game here at Sam Crawford Field. We do indeed thank every active and retired personnel or staff member of our armed services for keeping our freedoms free. As the first delivery by Clow misses low, and we've seen 2 different strategies
and a touching moment, both home plate umpire Jimmy Motes and first base umpire Kevin Marr turning around and applauding the veterans as well there. And that is not something you see too frequently.
No, not something you see frequently from an umpire at all, or for a matter of fact, anybody on the field.
Yeah.
And we've seen 2 different strategies tonight. Obviously, Lincoln Christian and Cooper Cologne sticking with Clow. It's been mostly effective as he's posted 4 zeros so far. He's pitched a beauty. And Ingram taps this one up third baseline. Going to be a tough play. Clow throws on the move. Not in time, as Ingram just chops that one. A valiant effort from Clow, but there we see the Crawford carpet killing that one, and Clow unable to make the play.
And that's, if you're going to put I guess you could call that a bunt down, that's where you put it.
A swinging bunt down the third baseline, and Clow playing a little deeper, expecting that to take one more bounce, but by the time he played back on it, the ball had already died right where it was, forced him to barehand, make a throw on the move. It was accurate and able to be fielded by Schultz, just not in time. Clow sets, and his first offering to Tyler Dembowski. The bottom of this Plattsmouth lineup before we go back to Henry Lunger at the top. Dembowski manning right field tonight. Clow sets, about let her high. He kicks and delivers his 0-1 curveball, buckles Dembowski, and falls right over the heart of home plate for strike 2.
Yeah, he got buckled and folded that time, and now let's see if Dembowski could just try to do whatever he can to find a way on and turn this Plattsmouth lineup over.
A lawn chair fold and a rodeo buckle, and Dembowski goes right through the fastball from Clow, and he is set down on 3 pitches for the first out.
He's still mad at himself for taking probably that 0-1 pitch, 0-0 pitch more than anything, but that 0-1 pitch definitely had him fooled.
They've seen Dembowski struggle at the plate a little bit this tournament, and Lunger goes after the very first offering from Clow, fouls this one on a hop back to the screen. This count shifts in favor of Clow at 0-1. Lunger hasn't had solid contact yet in this game, looking to change his fortunes at home plate, and that fastball must have missed low. It looked pretty good from here, but ruled the ball by Jimmy Moats. 1-1, Clow kicks and delivers. That fastball inside that time to Lunger. Count shifts to 2-1.
And Lunger, one thing, he has not fallen for that inside pitch too many times, so bravo to him.
It's been interesting. We've seen Lunger be aggressive early in the count, now showing a little more patience as look out. Little sweet chin music from Andrew Clow that time.
Sorry, Goose, got to buzz the tower there.
Indeed, a flyby requested, and count shifts to 3-1. Clow's 3-1 offering, that one ruled at the bottom of the zone by Moats that time, and now the count shifts full, so we'll have a payoff offering from Clow. Clow looks in, he sets at the letters, his payoff to Lunger. Off the outside corner for ball 4, this one is thrown away, but it is indeed a walk. This one won't matter. Instincts getting the better of Lewis Ingram down there.
Yeah, you could tell that our catcher Watson thought for sure Jimmy Moats was going to ring him up, and he did not.
Interesting that Watson still elected to let that ball fly after seeing that call, but nonetheless, there are runners at first and second, one away for the dueling pitcher Ethan Walker. He came in relief of Eli Horner. First offering to Walker, misses high for ball 1. A 7-0 game here in the top of the 5th, 1 away. And we're going to see a visit from the Lincoln Christian bench coach, perhaps just an attempt to calm down his pitcher Andrew Clow.
Mike Stearns on his way out, and this will be 30 seconds of nothing. This will probably sound like the Bull Durham conversation of, okay, just settle down, and then, well, everyone's seen that scene out of Bull Durham, I'm sure, or at least most sports fanatics have.
Taking care of a lot of serious matters out on the mound. So with first and second, 1 away, do we see a potential bunt perhaps, or do we see Plattsmouth play some, as we put it, big boy ball and continue to let the bats eat and swing for the fences?
I would swing here, second and third, 2 outs. I guess if there's any good news, is who's on deck.
You're chasing 8 runs and you have 8 outs remaining, 8 outs for a win, 7 outs to tie. Chasing 7 outs at worst case scenario. You're chasing 7 runs with 8 outs remaining. So that tangent
and not to mention,
equivalent,
you give up a run, the game's over here if you don't score. So
that tangent equivalent we've put out there of runs needed to outs remaining becoming critical. Tailor-made double play. Cucini to Winky. Relay is not in time as Walker uses his wheels to run that one out, but a tailor-made double play ball and a very smooth initial feed, thankfully hit slow enough that it allows Walker to reach. The Crawford carpet gobbling up the worst of that one.
If you're a Christian, you can't complain because you cannot ask for any better effort on that ball than your infield just gave you. Not to mention a perfect throw to first base, too, just a little late.
And now 2 down for Gage Olson, and he'll have him away from the corners. Ingram at third and Walker now at first. A move over to first by Clow. Walker scampers back safely. First offering to Olson as ruled a strike by Jimmy Moats. And Cloud does a good job to get on top of the 3-hole hitter. Olson has flexed his muscles this tournament, driving the ball all over the ballpark, and has certainly done even more so late in the tournament as everybody gets a little more critical for pitching depth and hasn't seen, you could say, as high quality of pitching. Set at the letters by Clow. He delivers to Olson, swung on, popped straight up the laundry chute. 3 infielders converge, and it will be Watson who will take this one. 'Tis elementary, my dear Watson. And he puts it away for the 3rd out. So working out of the jam is Clow. He puts 2 on, but gets out of it with no damage done. No runs on another hit. There were no Lincoln Christian errors, and 2 men left on base. We're going to head to the bottom of the 5th. Your score, Lincoln Christian 7, Plattsmouth nothing. In association with Saunders County Sports Online, we are happy to bring you the state championship game from the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is a sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo. You're watching the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament Championship game between Lincoln Christian and Plattsmouth as we are at the bottom of the 5th. Lincoln Christian ahead 7-0 on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online YouTube.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back inside Sam Crawford Field as this game could potentially loom to an end. 7-0 Lincoln Christian leading Plattsmouth here in the Class B 2022 Nebraska American Legion Baseball Association State Championship game.
And an ever big spot here for Lincoln Christian. They can seal the deal here with 1 run.
They will do so. They will have to do so with the bottom of their lineup up. And we start with 7, 8, and 9. It'll be CJ Cuciti, the second baseman, as he watches ball number 1. There was also a pitching change while we were away at commercial break as Cuciti fouls that one out by the home plate concourse. Wes Vick takes over the pitching duties from Ethan Walker. Horner shifts back over to the left, and Walker shifts into center field. Ooh. The pitch is cut on and missed by Cuciti, and Vick really getting the better of him here with the off-speed. Time to shorten up and protect the plate. Realizing that a mercy rule ending game could only start with a base runner.
Yep.
Swipe base and a base hit could end this one. Vick delivers Cuciti on this one.
Medicine Man Pharmacy.
Right, humidity's going to kill
Ethan Walker for the first out.
And I mean, you catch it in the sweet spot of the bat, but the problem down here in the valley, no wind and high humidity, and that ball just died. And that is the only reason, really, that you can play this state tournament here in Wahoo with the small dimensions is because the weather plays such a huge factor in keeping balls in the yard.
Well, and in the spring, we've seen him play small with a north breeze blowing dead out to right field, and the summer, the exact opposite, a south breeze blowing the ball dead in from right field.
And we saw that the first 2 days of this tournament, but not much wind since then.
Wind picking up ever so slightly out of the west, it would appear.
Yep.
But not much action from our flags out in center field as Vic with about a 52-foot offering there. Count shifts from 1-0 to 2-0.
And you can't give up a free bag and turn the line. I mean, I know you got one more hitter, but can't give up a free bag and take it to the top.
And a line drive by Winky. Will it stay fair? No. Foul by about 2 feet. Winky nearly uncorks an extra base hit. Setting on that one, but just not quite long enough. And 2-0 letting it eat, and now it shifts to 2-1. Two-1 to Winky. Pounded on the ground to Onbaugh down at third. He's got all kinds of time. He flips across to Eby and retires Winky by about a step. So Vic, the answer here for Plattsmouth. He goes 2 up and 2 down. As 7 and 8 have been retired. Some hard-hit baseballs, but both have been outs. So that'll bring up the bottom of the order, the center fielder, Sam Swoboda.
Got to get this one here. You can't take it back to the top. They'll make you pay if you do, especially if you give up a free pass.
Pitch to Swoboda. That time the curveball almost makes it to home plate, but misses low, 1-0. Swoboda digs in right-handed. The 1-0 from Vic, fastball, and Swoboda reaches out, slaps this one to second. Viamonte gobbles it up, and Vic, the answer for Plattsmouth. He posts a 0. 3 up, 3 down for Lincoln Christian, and we'll play on into the top of the 6th. Your score still Lincoln Christian 7 and Plattsmouth nothing. We'll bring you back to Sam Crawford Field here on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online.
Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their families' everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is a sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo. Welcome back to the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament Championship game with Lincoln Christian and Plattsmouth. Lincoln Christian ahead 7-0, top of the 7th.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth here at Sam Crawford Field. Your score still 7-0.
Really
Lincoln
quick,
Christian
just want to
out
say
in front.
hello to all the friends up at Titles Lounge and Sports Bar watching this state championship game. And a big thank you to them for putting our feeds on all weekend long.
Indeed, a warm hello to those watching from Title Sports Bar and Lounge up the street here in Wahoo, Nebraska, as the second baseman Gabe Viamonte will get action started here in the top of the 6th. And he watches strike one as Andrew Clow gets back to work. Viamonte swings, and I don't think this one's got the distance, Chief. Swoboda in left field called off by, or pardon me, that is Swoboda in center field. Calls off the left fielder Brock Weta for the first out. And Viamonte retired. You can put that one down as F8.
For out number 1, that brings up number 8, Eli Horner.
So in steps the left fielder, number 8, Eli Horner. Another power threat in this Plattsmouth heart of the order. First offering from Clow. Horner pounds this one on the ground to Winky at shortstop. He comes up firing. Throw to Schultz. In time by about a half step. And very quickly, Horner out number 2 as Clow having a nice short inning so far. It'll step the Mountain first baseman, Dylan Eby.
Out number 2, scored at 6-3. That brings up number 14, Dylan Eby.
And now it's all up to Dylan Eby here with 2 outs, and you desperately need a base runner here any way you can get one.
Clow tries the fastball on the low outside corner. That one crosses just a bit low for Jimmy Motz's liking, and the count will shift in favor of Eby at 1-0. The 1-0 offering from Clow. Eby takes a mighty rip at the fastball. Comes up just a tick empty on that one. And count shifts even at 1-1. 1-1, Clow to Eby. He delivers. Eby late on the fastball. That one out to the right side, and now it's 1-2.
Shorten up, put the ball in play here.
And indeed,
lots of room down that right field line if you can push it.
1-2 to Eby. He swings and laces one, but right at Charlie Winkie for the 3rd out of the inning. Put that one down as L6. And Plattsmouth goes 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 6th. We're ahead to the bottom of the 6th. Lincoln Christian looking to end this one 3 outs early. They're up 7-0 after 5.5. We'll bring you back inside Sam Crawford Field here on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the Eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan & Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
It's the bottom of the 6th on the championship game of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament Championship game between Lincoln Christian and Plattsmouth. Lincoln Christian on top, 7-0, and we are going into the bottom of the 6th.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth down the left field line here at Sam Crawford Field, sitting on the patio out here. Hoping to have this one maybe end a little bit early, as Lincoln Christian will hope or attempt to do so, only needing 1 run, as Reiling takes a mighty rip at the first offering from Wes Vick. He has been the answer, posted a 0 after a 5 and a 2. For Plattsmouth, Lincoln Christian posting 7 runs in 2 innings, the 3rd and the 4th doing all of the damage to this point, as Reiling watches that one across low, 1-1. We'll see what Vick has left in the tank as we come down the home stretch here. Vick kicks, he delivers his 1-1. Reiling watches that one cross at about chin level. Misses high, 2-1. So the top of the order here for Christian, it'll be 1, 2, and 3. Reiling, Clow, and Watson to face Wes Vick. He delivers his 2-1. This one misses up high. And now time to get back in the count as Reiling way ahead, 3-1.
Maybe try to come back with a fastball here.
3-1 offering to Reiling. That one steered in there but misses low for ball 4. So Reiling aboard to lead off the inning. And now in will step Andrew Clow.
And with this top of the order, gotta find a way to hold him. So maybe try and go after a ground ball here, turn a double play.
And indeed, a 4-6-3 would be the ideal situation for Plattsmouth. We'll see what Clow can do to prevent that. He digs in left-handed. Vic from the stretch for the first time. He delivers well low to Clow, about a 58-footer that time. A good job by Henry Lunger to keep his body in front of that one. And you got to wonder what kind of physical tax the body of Henry Lunger has taken today.
A lot.
Reiling off with the pitch. The 1-0 upstairs.
Nope.
Throw down by Lunger is just a tick late. He had a little difficulty getting that one out of the glove. A good accurate toss, just a pinch late.
I was going to say, between that and maybe took an extra step there.
Vic also, with a high leg kick, allowed Reiling to get that much better of a jump. So now that, you could say, walk-off run to invoke a mercy rule. And 180 feet away from home plate.
Shifted in here at first base. Prevent that championship run from scoring.
2-0 to Clow. Reiling away from second
yes,
to
sir.
2-0. Falls over the outside corner and 2-1.
And that's been Jimmy Motes' favorite spot this entire tournament. Why not? Why not? I mean, maybe you try a little more in next pitch. Don't put it exact same spot, but why not put something there again?
Vic looks his runner back as 2-1 to Clow. This one misses low and away, so now count in favor of Clow again, and on deck stands the power threat, Jake Watson. He tripled earlier this evening. 3-1, Vic delivers to Clow, and just a bit high. This one's going to get away from Lunger, so Reiling will move up 90 feet as he scampers on into third. And now 90 feet away from home plate, and you would assume that, yes, indeed, Tim Winters will draw the infield in.
Yes.
So now in steps Jake Watson. He going to attempt to end this one a few outs early. And indeed, Tim Winters is not even going to have Eby hold the runner.
No, because that runner means absolutely nothing. You know, absolutely 100% the runner at third, Reiling. Little surprised that was even thrown down. But Reiling, you know that's the run to watch. Just don't even worry about Clow out there.
Indeed. Plattsmouth will simply concede the base. Doesn't matter if you lose 8-0, 9-0, or 10-0, you would still lose. Watson pops it up. Going to be a tough play. Back is Onbaugh. He is called off by Olson, the shortstop. Reiling not on the bag, simply too short to tag up on. So a good job by Vic. He wiggles out of trouble so far. He gets that ever-important first out from Watson. But now in steps the cleanup hitter, first baseman Logan Schultz.
Ooh, I would keep the infield in here with the double play not in order.
And indeed, Tim Winters will do just that. His infield toes on the grass, and this one popped up. Olson drifting back again. So back-to-back infield pop-ups. And you begin to wonder, is Wes Vick going to wiggle his way out of a hairy situation here in the bottom of the sixth?
Gotta tip your head if you do it, and at least gives your team a chance.
So in steps Max Emanuel, the last hope at a mercy rule. 2 outs, and Tim Winters will back his infield up. Obviously, that run not counting on the force out, as Emanuel watches strike one on the Vic curveball. 0-1, Vic to Emanuel. He peers in, nods, he sets about letter high. Is 0-1 to Emanuel, chopped on the ground to first. Can Eby make the play? Kicks off of him, and it's going to get away, and that's the end of this one. An error by Dylan Eby ends the baseball game, and a congratulations to Lincoln Christian Brester Construction. They win the 2022 NALBA Class B State Junior Championship for the state of Nebraska.
Holy moly.
This one ends in the way we had talked about costing teams for the whole tournament. An error by Dylan Eby ends this one 8-0. So no RBI will be credited. And Lincoln Christian, your state champions tonight from Crawford Field. Once again, your final score 8-0. We'll bring you back to the Innsbro Insurance post-game show In just a few moments, hear from Sam Crawford Field on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online.
Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
Welcome back to the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament on Saunders County Online YouTube in association with Eastern Nebraska Sports Network. And we do have a tournament champion crowned at this point in time. And basically a tradition, a fashion that has plagued the entire tournament, errors.
Yep.
So,
it's going to be about that. We'll talk about that in a minute, but first a very special presentation. For that, let's turn it over to our public address announcer, Tom Klein.
All right, we will now present our awards to the runners-up of this year's 2022 NALBA Class B State Championships from Plattsmouth Haswell Construction Post 56. Players, when I call your name, if you please step forward to receive your medal from your coach. Number 8, Eli Horner. Number 12, Ethan Walker. number 13, Wesley Vick. Number 14, Dylan Eby. Number 17, Gabe Viamonte. Number 22, Henry Lunger. Number 24, Gage Olson. Number 25, Mason DeRoe.
Hey, John. If you could plug in for people not since they're streaming this. Okay.
Going as much as you want. Am I in your shot?
No, you're not. You're fine.
Number 27, Lewis Ingram. Number 29, Parker Auhenbaugh. Number 34, Tyler Dembowski. And number 35, Dominic Nolde.
Next up.
And now we would ask the coaches and players from Plattsmouth. Oh, what medals to the coaches? Assistant coaches Jim Olson, Jacob Davis, Andrew Eggert, Adam Eggert, and Tim Winters. And now, if all the players would step forward to receive your runner-up plaque and banner, and congratulations, Plattsmouth Haswell Construction Post 56 on your runner-up finish and an excellent season. Thank you and congratulations.
Good job, guys.
And now we will do awards for your champions of the 2022 NALBA Class B State Junior Legion Championship team from Lincoln Christian Western Construction, Post 3. Players, as I announce your name, please step forward to receive your medal from your coach. Number 1, Luke Riley. Number 2, Sam Svoboda. Number 3, Caden Bowen.
No, we're still live.
Number 4, Charlie Duncan. Number 7, Charlie Winky. Number 8, Ian Brester.
Need to adjust that camera a bit.
I don't have the room. It's
Number 9, Nick Reiling.
it is what it is.
Number 11, Caleb DeWitt. Number 12, Brett Weta. Number 13, CJ Kuchiti. Number 14, Max Emanuel. Number 15, Logan Schultz. Number 16, Elam Bryson. Number 17, Andrew Clough. Number 18, Jacob Watson. And number 21, Beckett Warren. Assistant coach Mike Stearns. And your head coach, Cooper Cohen. And now, champs, please step forward to receive your championship plaque for being the winners of the 2022 NALBA Class B Junior Legion State Tournament. Congratulations, Lincoln Christian, Brester Construction, Post 3.
Well, the presentations have been completed, and we have our champions right here on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. As Lincoln Christian, the underdogs really, came from the first year that they're part of Class B, isn't it?
I believe
As far
so.
as I know, at the junior level, that is correct.
Well, and you think about it in even larger underdog stance, the only team to have a berth to the state championships without winning a district.
Yep, indeed.
Defeated by the host Wahoo. Wahoo with the automatic bid to state, defeated in a district title, and kind of had the attitude, and everybody approached them as if they shouldn't have been here.
Right.
You don't win a district, you shouldn't deserve to be there, but they get the bid
Yeah.
since Wahoo hosting, and now they're the only team standing in Class B.
Yes, indeed. They win it, and
Put an exclamation point on that one.
yeah, put an exclamation point on it too, winning it by run rule. But Joe, my thoughts are, I mean, yes, this is the state championship game. Yes, Lincoln Christian won fair and square. But you take a look at that. Plattsmouth getting the runners up. Now, that game had the feeling of state champion. Plattsmouth is the real champion for playing as hard as they had through that tournament. I mean, really, there is no runner-up here. You have two fantastic teams. And at the end of the day, this is baseball. When two great teams play against each other, you are going to have instances where one team is better on resources than the other. That's just a fact of life. And Plattsmouth has nothing disappointed to be about. I do believe that is only their third loss of the season. So an excellent season for head coach Tim Winter's squad. And really, to be brutally honest, what a season for Lincoln Christian. The first season, or the second season, I do believe, on their field at Lincoln Christian High School. So, you know, still settling into that really home field feeling. And then not to mention as well, having to go through the tough district of Elkhorn and the runner-up, getting the berth because Wahoo was district champions, and then beating the host Wahoo, which really I feel is what that set them up to get through the remainder of this tournament.
Well, we always talked about who's the most dangerous team in a tournament, who's somebody you don't want to run into when you have to win, and we said a team that has something to prove, and Lincoln Christian came into this with something to prove. We'll take a look at the line scores. First for the victorious Lincoln Christian Crusaders, a 0, a 0, a 5, a 2, a 0, and a 1 for that 8th and final run. They score 8 runs on 6 hits, and they did commit 1 error. Obviously, Plattsmouth zeros all the way across. They score no runs on 4 hits, and they commit 2 errors and 1
that's
run.
Not that bad of a game when you think about it, given that Plattsmouth played through the heat, played a 10-inning first game. You can't ask too much more. I mean, that just exhausts your players the other. And there's a lot of things that, the Legion's going to look into at that 10-inning game. The MLB extra inning rule, they've thought about adapting it a couple different years. You're definitely going to see them take a look at that, of adapting that now, at least in regular season play, and perhaps even in postseason play.
Well, what do we talk about with Tim Winters? Guys, he found himself in that unfortunate spot of they had one game that they had to win, and unfortunately he had to exhaust what his remaining resources were in that game to get there. Obviously, you can't save resources and lose, because what do you use them for at that point? And now we see that he is unfortunately in that situation where he had to use his last resource in Lewis Ingram and kind of scrap through tonight, and unfortunately wasn't able to get the job done. Well, folks, that concludes a very long season here on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network.
For baseball, it sure does, and very long 5 days here at Crawford Field. And, I just want to take this time as general manager of the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network, say a humongous thank you. A lot of things really kind of, were thrown at us here. There were a lot of people who really felt this broadcast wasn't possible, and even with the co-op that it wasn't possible, that this should be Saunders County Online's job entirely. You had people as well, you had concerns about sponsorships, and then you had concerns as well when we got here, working through quite a bit of power surge, having to deal with the weather on Saturday, a long couple days here. And so I really want to take this time to say thank you to the Wahoo Baseball Association for being as flexible as they were, and really, after everyone settled in after day one, being sure that, that things were being communicated clearly. A huge thank you as well to Kevin Marr and his umpiring crew. They have treated us very, very, very well, and have been very, very professional, being sure we have been kept up to date what's going on the field. Also, a huge thank you as well to Kelly Johnson. This broadcast would not have been possible without him. Using equipment that, to my understanding, that is not designed to do what we have just made it do. And
yeah,
so
we're going through beta testing on all of this stuff. And
a fantastic broadcast, all things considered. And that is all thanks to Kelly Johnson. Kelly actually having to take the reins in for a couple days of those final days of planning. I was stuck working from home during that time. And so really just a huge thank you to Kelly, because we know this broadcast would not have been possible without him.
Well, I appreciate working with you guys, and it was a great 15 games that we were able to produce, and you can go back and watch them anytime, whether it's on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network or Saunders County Online. And again, thank you to to Mike and Joe and everybody involved in having us be involved in this. And that's kind of just as I've said before, Saunders County Online's not here to take away from anybody else, but is to work to help enhance and help grow the communities around us. And so thank you for the opportunity.
No, thank you, Kelly. It's our pleasure to work with you here in this state tournament. And like we said, Friday Night Lights, Joe, hard to believe we are already going to be talking about that here in just over a month. But this Legion Baseball broadcast season coming to a close on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network tonight, and we'll have these games up in a couple days. We'll get those recorded real soon here, as soon as possible. We got the technology to do it, just got to get it fired up. and have those available on our website for play. In addition to, you can always watch them on Kelly's feed. And really just a great 5 days of baseball
and
being closed out here.
I'd like to add one last thank you.
Sure.
A thank you to our listeners.
Yes.
Thank you. This broadcast and each and every broadcast of this long season is not possible without great sponsors and without you, the people, the listeners. So, folks, we can assure you, as the sun sets on one baseball season, we'll welcome you right back when it arises on another, where it will assuredly be, once again, time for Wahoo baseball.
Yep,
So,
and not only that, and time for high school football as well in just a few weeks, Joe.
So, for Michael Klein, our producer, Kelly Johnson, this is Joe Klein wishing you folks a very good evening wherever you may be.
Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is a sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo.